Good Sunday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that talks about all my cars and trucks and motorcycles, campers, the dog, the addictions. Oh my goodness gracious. Happy Mother's Day to all those mothers out there, and for all of you great guys that created mothers, right? Did you create mothers? I don't think you created them, but I think you helped them become a mother. So I hope everybody's having a blessed Mother's Day and this beautiful Sunday here in the Northern Virginia area. It's just totally beautiful. I mean, a little cool, not too bad. Got my t-shirt on, but got my long jeans on and my boots on. And had lots of rain yesterday, but it's just beautiful because the air is just so clean. It's like the rain just cleaned out all the pollen and cleaned up the trucks, cleaned up all the bird dew, because we had some pretty heavy rains. So for all, I was watching my channel, once again, Mother's Day to Jenny and for Don. You know, Don reaches out to me so much. Every watch my channel. Reason I talk about him because he corresponds with me quite a lot, and I know his wife's name because he shares that. So happy Mother's Day, Jenny, and there. I hope you guys have a great blessed day there. West Virginia weather. Hope you're getting what we're getting. Unbelievable how beautiful it is. Wow, and happy Mother's Day there to my mother and to my wife and to my mother-in-law, for all those that for my sister. For all those that I know on a personal level, which I'll spend the rest of the morning saying that, right? Here we are, beyond believable. I mean, come on. Can we all laugh together? Can we laugh? Could you even imagine? Hey, Iceman, you just need another truck. I mean, come on. You need another truck. Look, one truck, two trucks, three trucks, four trucks, five trucks, six trucks, seven trucks, eight trucks, 9 trucks, 10 trucks back there, 11 trucks. Who do you know? Please, somebody reach out my channel and please tell me who you know that has 11 trucks. That's not a contractor or a fleet HVAC company or a construction company. Beyond believable. Now, I mean, I just couldn't resist buying this thing, because it brings back to me the days of my father and I growing up, and my dad getting his first ever new truck, a Chevrolet Silverado, step side, 1978, and it was, you know, borderline this color, not exact but close. But I just love the way this truck looks. And when I was a kid, I mean, was my teenage years, I so always wanted a Toyota pickup truck lifted with big tires and a beefy look to it. And I just didn't have the income or the money or the resources to go make that happen. So this thing is so cool. It really is. And it's incredible how I'm getting people that are reaching out to me that are the true Toyota Colorado fans. And they're just like, wow, how did you pick that up? Because where I live, they just don't get these things in. They get in the Chevy Colorado Bison. I'm sorry. I need my coffee. All right. I'm sorry. Okay. They need I haven't been a Chevy guy. I've been so out of the loop with Chevrolet. So I'm just getting all my words tangled up. But the point is, the Colorado has a ZR2 package, which is the off-road package. But the Bison is the AEV, the American Expedition vehicle. Is that what it is? Or Ventures? I think AEV is so bad. Somebody reached out yesterday, and did they say, so AEV, is it Adventure Expedition Vehicle? That would be my guess. That's what they call it. The Adventure Expedition Vehicle. But I could be wrong on that. But I'm just not all caught up and fixated on the Colorado. And it was my subscribers that kind of pushed me to say, you stop before you go buy another Ranger and explore your other options. And that's what created that. So thank you so much for my subscribers out there that truly did have an influence on this vehicle. My wife was like, oh, great. Now even your subscribers are influencing you to do this stuff? Oh, my Lord. Good Lord. What have you created, Mr. Iceman? So the point here is some people have reached out and they're like, wow, how did you get that Bison? Because we just can't get them in our area and I can't test drive them. So hopefully me driving this around, I can share my love and passion and my craziness of who I am on all the pluses and minuses. And everything I own has a plus and a minus. And I try to convey that through my channel of not being a person that's a representative for the Ford company, the Jeep brand, the Chevy brand, the Harley brand. I always try to bring to you what I feel makes sense and what doesn't. I think this Chevy Colorado look is much nicer than the Ford. I just think that the Chevy did a better job of, in so many ways, duplicating a Chevy Silverado Junior, which I think that's really cool. Ford Ranger, I don't get that same, Ford I don't think got that same type of look, which I'm kind of surprised that Ford didn't get more of that chiseled effect on that new Ranger to kind of really play off of that Ford new Ranger Raptor, or Ford Raptor. The new Ford Raptors are so chiseled up, it's borderline. I don't know if I even like the new Raptors because they are much more chiseled up and much more straighter lines. But the point is, I don't see that as much in that Ford Ranger Raptor look, being a junior Ford F-150 Raptor, but I see more of like this is a full-size Chevy Silverado or Chevy 1500 series, I should say, that is just its brother. It's, you know, it's its baby brother, and it gives you that whole look and feel, which is just a really beefy looking truck. So I think Chevrolet definitely killed it, and I think they're one up by far, more than one up than the Ford Ranger product. And so I think that's, and I really do love the vehicle. But here's the thing. You've heard me say it many times. For the person that wants that real feel of that real motor, you're not going to get it out of this. This has that 4-cylinder motor, and you know it has a 4-cylinder motor. And I don't know why they didn't do a twin turbo on this. They did a single turbo on it. So my negative on the Colorado right out of the gate is it just doesn't have that feel that the Ranger Raptor has. It does not have that more burly exhaust note. And you got to keep in mind, that's a V6 twin turbo. Over this here is a 4-cylinder. So that's the only negative. So what I would tell anybody is, if you're all about the motorhead, you got to hear that exhaust note, and you really want that factory out of the hole real power, I think you're going to be disappointed with this Colorado, because it's a lot of truck and it's a lot of tire. And keep in mind that this is the same motor as the ZR2. It isn't the Bison edition. It's more the adventure expedition vehicle. I guess I'm just going to assume the AEV. The AEV, who's a very high line aftermarket company that's been around for many years, that's offered you as a truck enthusiast all these aftermarket accessories to make your vehicle look more off-road. And what I mean by that is, typically they have the bumpers in the rear, they have the bumpers in the front, they have the rock rails, and then they have like the tire. I mean, there's so much stuff, and I'm sure that I won't even be accurate on telling you everything, because I'm just not that fixated on that. And having all these different cars and trucks, it's very challenging for me just to be focal point on this one vehicle when I have yet so many vehicles. So anyways, I just, once again, this car, this truck, or this mid-size vehicle, I guess you would say it's just considered the mid-size pickup truck. It's not the compact like the Ford Maverick. It really is a very comfortable vehicle for what it is, but once again, it's got a lot of tire under it. It's got a suspension under it. So do you get bounced around a little bit? You do. But that's what typically the people like about these vehicles, is they want to feel like they're in their nice modded truck that gives them that different ride, different personality, and it definitely has a look that just gives it a really beefy look. The negatives, the tire, spare tire, they should have put a rear camera mirror mandatory on the Bison package, because you really cannot see behind you. You're really relying on your rear view mirrors. And I'm sure some people are like, well, what's the big deal if you put a cap on this thing? In so many ways, that hinders your rear view vision through your rear view mirror. So I'm just sharing, that's a negative. And the positive is you got the tire that's up, and it gives you still a good amount of space in the bed. The negative is, if you want to get a tonneau cover, you're going to have to take apart this whole, I would assume, this is removable here. I don't even know. There's some flowers and plants. Can't forget to get those out of the truck. So as far as a tonneau cover or a cap, you're not gonna be able to do that. Here's the good old Keithy boys. Have a great time. So, but as far as the truck rolls down the road, the fuel economy for me, being you're in a 4-cylinder engine, I'll be amazed if this thing gets decent fuel economy, because it's just a lot of truck. It's high up. It's got the wind resistance. It's got the bigger tires. So, and you'd only hope that having the 4-cylinder motor and you sacrifice the smaller motor, that you would get like a 20, 23 mile per gallon vehicle. I think this is going to be a 15 to 17 mile per gallon vehicle, which in some ways it's like, wow. But it's all about the look. It's all about the Chevy heritage. If you look here at the Chevy bow tie, pretty cool. It's a cutout. This is a cutout, so that's pretty cool, pretty creative. I wish they would have done a little more creativity on the inside engine compartment, on showing it having the more of the engine cover. I don't know why the manufacturers aren't doing that. I mean, like Ram goes out of their way to do it, and other manufacturers seem to make a really cool cover, engine cover, but why doesn't the other guys do that? And for the car show today, I mean, keep in mind, this is the Sunday morning car show. Got to get the key for the truck, and it kind of takes away from me talking to you, and I just can't remember. I'm doing all this other stuff. How to get into this and that, and did I do it right? No, I can't do it. So it's so unfortunate. Let's see if I got it. I got it. Okay, so to get into my office here, where's that? I want to get the key, which I want to do, and not disclose all my secrets to you as I do all this stuff. So here's the truck. Let's start her up, and let's see how she sounds. So there you are. So you hear that true 4-cylinder motor, which I think that's where some people, I don't know, I think some people think, it's so kind of lame. But I tell you what, I really do love the interior of this truck. It really is a very nice interior. Now, what's really interesting is, yesterday, I did have the opportunity to look at a different truck down there at Kuhn's. Let's see here. This is so funny. I gotta get in here to do this here. Sorry about all the camera baloney here, but it's not easy being me. So here is the whole interior, which I don't really want to show everybody where I live, but whatever. Come see me, right? So here it is. I really think that's so funny. I'm so used to the knob from other vehicles, and thinking that's the volume. Volume's way up here. So it's all new infotainment, whole new truck. And that's what I was saying here lately is I've had the Ford product so long that I'm just kind of like burned out of the Ford product, and I need something different. I need a different flair of a vehicle, and I just need to go to a different brand just to kind of expose me more to my true. Kiefer's so funny. He puts the ball in here, and then it just doesn't end, man. It's always a lot of work. Oh, it's so classic. So that when you unlock it, I got to change a feature where the truck unlocks. Yeah, just is Kiefer kind of trashed the back? Yeah, not really. I mean, it is some pretty tough material. So, because somebody mentioned the other night, why do you let your dog ride in your truck? I'm thinking, if you're a truck person, why wouldn't you let your dog ride in your truck? You can get truck or dog covers. So here we are. I'm in the hood. Can I do it one-handed? Maybe. And it doesn't have. You'd think it'd have the gas struts to hold it up, but the engine there, it's pretty mundane. Nothing. You think they'd have the ZR2 emblem or something? You just need to get a little more creative on that, because you spend a lot of money. I mean, this is not a cheap truck. This is a $63,000 vehicle, which that's a lot of money. You could really go out and buy a full-size truck. So in some ways, if you're on the budget, I'm not so sure you want to buy this truck, because look here, it's $62,000. Now the one down in Sterling, Tedbridge Chevy, theirs is like $3,000 more. In some ways, I wish I would have maybe bought that truck, but the thing is, that is and now here's another thing. These cup holders are not that big. I mean, very surprised. Look here. Look at this here. I mean, but if you have a Yeti will not fit in there. Believe it or not, a Yeti cup. This is too small. So, kind of small there. I like the floor. I like the way they dressed it out. I really do like the sunroof. But here's the thing. If I would have gone to Kuhn's or gone to Tedbridge Chevy, they have a black one of these, and it's really more things I would prefer to have in this truck. It has adaptive cruise control, which is really nice. This doesn't have that. It has a trimmed out leather seats, which is kind of nice. That would have been neat. I don't know if it has the auto rear mirror that goes to the camera. through the mirror, which that would be very nice. But here's the thing. I had, you know, let's see here, black vehicle, look, black, there's 2, Wagoneer 3, you know, we got over here in the back 4. So I've got, you know, got the Camaro 5. I mean, so I've got like a lot of dark vehicles. And if you look around, I don't have anything that's this color. So this is just a nice change up. And once again, it brings me back to being a kid when I was a kid with my father, and that's ordering our first vehicle. But anyways, whole point is, but the Ted Britt Chevy people, and I don't know, I'm not so sure they got the deal done. I have to find the right people. But here's the back bed. This is pretty cool. You bring this down. It's got the slow, which that's nice. And it's a very light bed, so it isn't hard to lift. But then it has this little storage area. If I can get it open. Watch out, Kiwi. He's always wants to be in here. So here's the storage, if I can even open it. Okay, yeah. So there's a storage area where you can put whatever there. Kiwi's ball there. And then it has a spray-in bed liner. It has your little power supply here. That's nice. And it's just, once again, it's a really cool truck. But here's the exhaust. I really can't see you getting without that kind of just goofy exhaust. What the sales guy told me, which is intriguing, I'm going to look into it, there's bolt-on steps right here. There's actually, it's already pre-drilled. You get holes down here that you can add like a little step for the front and rear, which I would like that. Why Chevy didn't put a handle right here on the other side, I mean, I know it becomes an interference of your driving capabilities with that pillar, but at the same time, you get on the other side, very challenging. I definitely like the stitching, and once again, you know, this is nice, very durable feeling material that seems to be pretty, will take a lot of abuse. Because that's the idea of this truck. The idea of this truck is that you're going to use this truck and you're going to go out the back roads and you're going to get it all muddy and you're going to get out there and have fun. So, all right, out of time. We got to go to the car show. What do we take? So now, here we are. I mean, if we take the Chevy day, I think we're going to take the Chevy Camaro Z28 and take the Colorado Bison as well. What happened to the Ram TRX? Yeah, this is a really badass truck. I love this truck. This here is just a whole, it's just a whole different thing. But for me, I've now been with Ford since 2017. Well, really 2018. So I've been a solid 6 years of really going away from Chevy and the Ram product. And I'm now back on the page of, you know what? I kind of like to go back to Chevy again, just to have a different experience. So now, in so many ways, it's dangerous. I could probably take one of my Ford vehicles, which isn't, I don't really have a lot on the plate. But the only thing I have on the plate would maybe be this Raptor truck, but that would be challenging because of a Chevy's not going to discount their really cool looking trucks. So I'm not so sure that'll play out that soon. But here's the other danger. I could still technically go out and buy a Ranger Raptor, which I would have to honestly say that if my Ranger Raptor Silver Iconic came in, would I do that? Probably. Hot pepper red? I mean, yeah, so that's still on the table to have a Ford Ranger. But what that gives me, though, is so much of the real world use of me driving this around and me driving the Raptor Ranger around and really be able to tell others, hey, you know, let me share with you. But here's the thing. If you're a brand-driven individual and you really are a Chevy guy, you're going to love this vehicle. You really are. And especially if you're a previous Colorado person. I drove the first generation brand new Colorado back in 2015, and I was so close to buying one, and I just couldn't get excited because the interior to me wasn't that great. And I had the Toyota Tacomas at that time, so I just couldn't get excited about the Chevy product. And once again, it had, in my eyes, an okay engine, nothing, you know, it was okay, but I just didn't get that excitement. Now, moving fast forward, here you are basically 9 years later, which is hard to believe. This looks like a Toyota Tacoma in so many ways. Because if you look at the brand new Toyota Tacoma, you'll see it has such the similar lines. But Chevrolet brought these lines in sooner than the new Toyota Tacoma. And from my articles that I've written, have read, the Toyota Tacoma Pro isn't really getting great reviews. And a lot of the journalists are saying that you're better off buying the Ford Ranger Raptor or the Chevrolet Colorado ZR2. So that's very interesting. Even for me being a huge Toyota guy, would I like to have a Toyota Pro? I probably would, but after reading the reviews, it's not getting the greatest reviews. And I really think that Toyota will be the guys that play hardball on the price of those things, and you're going to be at a $70,000 mid-size truck, which that's hard to digest. So I got $3,100 off this vehicle. So basically I paid like 59 grand for this vehicle. So that's not too bad. Down there at Tedbert Chevy, I don't know if they would have taken the money off. And had they not taken the money off, you know, I would definitely be on this vehicle. You know, you're talking basically like a $66,000 vehicle down there versus I paid 59. So it would probably have been a $6,000 to $7,000 spread if they didn't discount it. And I was very surprised, in all sincereness, that even Kuhn's did do what they did. But I did mention to them that I was weighing the options of another dealership. So I think they just took it upon themselves. Let's give this guy a good deal right out of the gate and just get this deal done and move on. Not be attached that it's so special and unique that it's only for me. And that's what happens. I know for a fact that a lot of dealers get these managers, sales managers, that get caught up in these rare vehicles, and they'll play hardball on the price because they feel like this is such a special, rare vehicle, and they'll abuse the policy of trying to get too much money for it. And you know as well as I do, if Tedbert Ford had sold that vehicle to me for $5,000 over on that Ford Ranger Raptor, or even, you know, if they would have done $5,000 over, you wouldn't even see this picture here. You wouldn't even see this story here on this Bison, which in some ways they did me a favor. I said all the time, Tedbert Ford, thank you, because you did me a favor to step back and have some fun with a different brand and be able to share my love of all my vehicles. And that's what I do. I'm just a motorhead to the max that goes out and buys things, and I have the true opportunity to own them and share with you what I really think is great versus not so much. That's it. Gotta go to the car show, and this will upload, take a little bit. So appreciate everybody's support, great comments, help the channel grow, and we'll spend more time behind the Colorado and have more stories and adventures to come as we go to the car show. So stay tuned for that. And as always, happy Mother's Day and God bless.